Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to my Starship flight around the world with the Apollo 11 audio. I picked a bad time to start because they just started chatting. It was quiet for a sec there. But anyway, flying around the world, I last left it at Karachi, and so we'll cross India this time. I don't expect too many people to show up because it's late. I'm gonna go from Karachi to Mumbai and then... And hello bowling, welcome. And then probably Mumbai will try to... I mean, let's see. I think it would be most interesting to go up to Mount Everest, but I don't want to land at Lukla. Maybe landing at Paro with this isn't too bad. Before Sheebs. Okay. Okay, but this first. This should be a quick flight. Late start, yes. Mondays.
Okay, when do you expect to get up at the fail, and what's your prediction? The predictions are still ranging all the way up to 4 hours.
So, the crew of Apollo 11 are all together now. They got back to orbit around the moon, and they docked, and now they're preparing to come back home. There'll still be a long flight home.
Flight control, go control. Okay, we should have that plot for you on channel 64 shortly. Okay, and what I'd like to do would be
well, normally when I start
if I had to go with that system, how long you could guarantee to me
on the runway, I don't expect it to shut off, start off, but okay. We'll do all the things, that's fine. Nope, it even has these things on. Yes, they are preparing for TEI. That's correct. Very dusty. We don't need all the fuel to get to Mumbai.
All flight controllers reevaluate your displays and release those that are not needed.
Don't know. Half the things are on, half the things are off. It's a little bit weird.
How are you looking?
That's fine. Oh, it says engine condition 0%. Oh, it must have started in a weird state. I'll just repair them. It's clearly in a weird state right now. That thing's flicking there. Huh. Weird. Okay, well, we can still probably... No, that, no. Oh, come on now. Okay.
Surgeon, what? Go ahead. If you had to guess what they're doing, what would you say? Okay.
From the Class O star, huh?
Just like the surgeon.
That's still in Starship Simulator. Well, at least that stayed 100% there. Well, let me just go back to my seat. That seems on already. Don't need that.
This is a follow control. We suspect that the crew are having something to eat at this time, which probably accounts for the relatively quiet period.
Okie dokie.
One of the things that we're watching with interest here in Mission Control is the lunar module. At the time Aldrin and Armstrong left, the LAM came back into the command and service module.
And temperature auto. Okay.
They switched over to the secondary coolant loop as part of a test that we're running to determine just how long the primary guidance and navigation system will last without cooling. The primary
All right,
guidance
welcome
system
back.
is not cooled on the secondary loop, which provides backup cooling for the secondary guidance system. And it's always been a point of interest just how long the primary guidance system will survive without cooling. Estimates range up to several hours. The LAM Telecom controller reports that this time we are seeing some rise in the PIPAs. These are the pulse integrating pendulous accelerometers, which the primary guidance system.
No, every time I have to like
changes in motion
try to
and
stop
attitude.
that.
And of course, they are an essential
Takeoff indeed.
item in the primary guidance system. We are seeing a gradual rise.
Is it just
in
me or
temperature, but
more
the
pixelation there?
engineer reports that
Wheels
the
definitely
primary
in.
guidance system still looks very good. At the time, the crew
Maybe a little bit too
reported
slow
they
though.
were back. Armstrong and Aldrin reported they were back in the command module. We asked them at what time they had switched over to the secondary loop. Armstrong estimated that that occurred about 129
Just me
hours
what?
and 40 minutes, which was a little over 2 hours ago.
Yeah, we can stop him. I've got what I need.
We will continue
Okay.
to monitor the LAM and to observe the performance
Hey, y'all.
of the
I didn't mean to
primary
get
guidance
excited
system.
there. Okay. What was
All
wrong? What
systems
was
on the
happening?
command and
Well,
service module continue
okay, we gotta
to
get, yeah, I know
function
we
very well
okay,
at this
but we gotta
time.
get a pad out.
And the same can be
And,
said for the
Oh,
for
just
the lunar
pixelate.
module.
Okay, whatever you say.
We gotta get it out the next,
At the present time, we
minutes
show
here.
Apollo 11 in an orbit
See it's due in about 10 minutes.
62.5 nautical
Okay.
miles
That was my only
by
point.
54.2. The spacecraft traveling at a speed of 5,349 feet per second.
Guidance, Capcom, look at that.
Capcom guidance is getting some started. Can you talk to me or want me to have him
No
talk?
sweat. Just when he gets through, I just want to ask him a question about some alarms.
Okay.
Not quite that high. Babysitting this all day? Alright, out from Karachi. Well, I don't know what games you have, so... Mumbai. Hopefully it's not too late in the day. Let me just check the time.
I got the preliminary TEI.
No, it's just morning, right?
Okay.
So that's fine. Nothing crazy happened.
1 minute. 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 Apparently they're probably eating. Why don't you just let them go for another half hour and see if they call us? When they do, then we'll get them back.
Well, it's short. Going from Karachi to Mumbai should not be too long. What does it say right now? 459 nautical miles, so maybe an hour and a half. And Mumbai I have scenery for.
Hey, that foresight stuff, put an A in there, would you? Okay. I'm sorry about that.
Well, you should probably work on other things anyway. I'm gonna try and work on some other things.
Virtual gun. Go ahead. Where's your Delta V's on this display? Which display? Oh, it's on channel 21. Oh, you generate that external Delta V now? Yes, sir. No, that's the external Delta V Lambert display. It's page 2 of that same display. Okay? Finally, yeah. Hey, is it okay if I generate a couple state vectors for the LAM? Do you have an ephemeris for it?
What is all this?
To the LAM. Just for drill?
Mumbai, we're going to Mumbai.
What do you need to stick them in and watch integration and stuff in the LCD? Oh, okay. Yeah, you got a good. Okay.
There's a lot to life other than video games. Shocking. A shocking statement. Anyway, keyboard ASMR will continue. Keyboard ASMR will continue until morale improves. Yeah, there are a lot of mosquitoes. I can relate to the mosquito thing. My feet are still mostly red from mosquito bites, oddly enough. Why they go for my feet out of all things? I have no idea. It's not so much that the mosquitoes get me outside, it's that they follow me in. And then they lay in wait. Real-time Apollo 13? I don't feel like that's...
Retro gun. Cow gun. I've checked everything but RTGO and VIO. Can I check that? Where's that? It's on channel 11.
I mean, it's just not as interesting as actually landing. I mean, no offense to them. But Actually, landing is sort of better, frankly. It's tough to get worked up on just having an explosion and coming back. What game did I play? I did an Around the World in 80 Planes for Apollo 13. Oh, what game did I play for real? I just did KSP. I think I did some of it in Re-entry, I forget. I've certainly used Re-entry on one of the previous Apollo 11 anniversaries. But mostly it's KSP. What mods? Lots of mods. I don't have a list available right now. I might have had a list in the videos at some point. I forget if I did that. RSS definitely, yeah, that would be a minimum requirement. And the Saturn V mod certainly, probably FASA. Back then it was probably FASA, maybe a mix, I don't know.
CAO retro, smoker die.
I don't know anything about Mac. I do not have a Mac. I still don't have a good rover mod for Kerbal Space Program. I've never used the rover, which of course Apollo 17 requires.
We didn't use any data refer in Boston.
Oh, where did the little window go? There we are.
Guys, retro. Go ahead, retro. Where would you like your TEI command load set to? Stand by, let me ask Will. Goldstone, Hawaii, retro. Okay. Goldstone, Hawaii. I'm not sending it out yet, of course. We have a computer one yet. Okay. Goldstone, Hawaii. Is this the real one? Or? No, I'm not going to need to send this one out. Okay. When I get the real one, I will. Okay, the sites will change by then. Oh, okay. I want the sites for when we go through TV for the next rev. Oh, you don't know yet? I'll set that time. About what time are you going to have it ready to go? About 1:30. Gee whiz. Product around AOS and okay, we're supposed to uplink about 1:34, right? Yeah. It ought to be before then. Yeah, I know, but that's when we normally plan to uplink, right? Right. 2 hours. Right. Retro GMC. Okay, Charlie, we got 2 minutes and 28.29 seconds. spectacular. I guess we did it. I think we updated the RTPC. Good enough. Okay. Fighter retro. The GNC confirmed on 228 with the new thrust model and all that. Looks like all that worked very well. It's about the most closed loop check. They gave us the numbers we ran over here. They ran them there. But that means you put through the RTCC. How many hands did they go through before they popped out of my tube is what I'm saying. That's just marvelous. You get excited by things passing through hands. Huh?
Apollo 17 was longer than Apollo 11. Yeah, that is a thing. That's true. It's rather easier to do Apollo 11. And also you have to take into consideration if you do that 3 days in real time, what exactly are you going to show during that time? Right? It's tough. The work entailed when it comes to sequencing all this stuff. I mean, it was hard work for the Apollo in real time guy Ben Feist to put it all together in the first that stuff. It was hard work for me. I didn't have Apollo in real time when I did it in real time myself. I had to sequence all of it myself, but I added in sequencing the game footage, right? I was doing the game at the same time. That was even more special. Now, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again because it didn't seem like people were that interested in the Apollo 11 one, and if they weren't interested in the Apollo 11 one enough for me to have gone through all of that, they sure as heck aren't going to be interested enough in the Apollo 17 stuff.
When it comes to jettisoning,
Icing, uh-oh.
Yeah, how close can I get? How close can I come and not get hit? Yeah. And, in fact, it's not clear to me. That's not the way to really do it. Yeah, except you plan it.
Windshield we probably don't need.
You don't call inaudible. Yeah. The thing about it is, though, you gotta have the thing ready. No, we blew it. We didn't have pads made up for steps 5 minutes before.
Yeah, there would certainly have to be more than one.
Say we're gonna jet at the nominal time.
For de-icing boots. Well, they're already on
We wanna
auto.
kill the nominal jet.
Oh, I guess it's good enough. Do I have to push that one? It's lit up now. Okay, it's fading, I think. Up, we're a bit hot.
No flight. John, does a total spacecraft current appear what it should be for a present power state? That's fine. We average about 73 amps. Right. Looking at the cabin case, we bumped up by that.
Still, the wind is sort of against us.
Very hot outside.
I'm not gonna do it in Juno. The parts don't look quite right there. Well, still, yeah, I mean, the quality of the parts are not quite enough for me. You can make them look right. No, I can't.
So this is Apollo control at 132 hours, 15 minutes. We have some preliminary figures on the transit.
If I'm gonna do reenactment, it will certainly be in Kerbal Space Program.
From now. The time of ignition is
Part editing. I'm not going to go through all that when I can have the parts already in Kerbal. They are the actual parts. I don't need to mess with anything.
the time of ignition would be 100.
They are the actual parts. They look exactly like the LEM.
News here we can read up over. Right, Neil. Starting off.
Surprised it doesn't start with those lights.
On the Apollo 11 mission have been pouring into the White House from world leaders in a steady stream all day. Among the latest are telegrams from Prime Minister Harold Wilson of Great Britain and the King of Belgium. The world's press has been dominated by news of Apollo 11. Some newsmen estimate that more than 60% of the news used in papers across the country today concern your mission. The New York Times, which we mentioned before, has had a...
Well, that's not exactly true. There's no realistic astronaut mod that would allow me to walk.
That it will reprint the whole thing on Thursday.
There is a realistic astronaut mod that can act like a space tug. If it's a matter of an EVA in space, I've got that.
Visiting Russia. The cosmonauts have also issued a statement of congratulations. Humphrey quoted Kosygin as saying, "I want you to tell the president and the American
But I can't make
people
it walk.
that the Soviet Union is
That I
out to
can't
work
do.
with the United States in the cause of peace." And Mrs. Robert Goddard said today that her husband would have been so happy. He wouldn't have shouted or anything. He would just have glowed. She added that was his dream, sending a rocket to the moon. People around the world have had many reasons to be happy about the Apollo 11 mission. The Italian police reported that Sunday night was the most crime-free night of the year. And in London, a boy who had the fate to bet $5 with a bookie that a man would reach the moon before 1970 collected $24,000. It's pretty good odds. You're probably interested in the comments your wives have made. Neil Jan said about yesterday's activities, "The evening was unbelievably perfect. It is an honor and a privilege to share with my husband, the crew, the Manned Spacecraft Center, the American public, and all mankind, the magnificent experience of the beginning of lunar exploration." She was then asked if she considered the moon landing the greatest moment in her life. She said, "No, that was the day we were married." And Mike Pat said simply, "It was fantastically marvelous." Buzz Jones said, apparently couldn't quite believe the EVA on the moon. She said, "It was hard to think it was real until the men actually moved. After the moon touchdown, I wept because I was so happy." But she added, "The best part of the mission will be the splashdown." In other news, and there was a little bit, another explorer, Thor Heyerdahl, had to give up his attempt to sail a papyrus boat across the Atlantic. The storm-damaged boat was abandoned
Papyrus
about
boat
650
across the
miles from
Atlantic.
Bermuda. The speed of the craft had been reduced to about 25 miles a day, and Heyerdahl said the object of the voyage had not been to provide an endurance test for the crew.
25
Looking
miles
at
a
the
day.
world sports. Let's see here. While you were busy the other day, Joe Namath and football commissioner Pete Rozelle made the announcement that Broadway Joe had agreed to sell his interest in the Bachelor's 3 restaurant and report to the New York Jets.
Okay.
And Joe arrived at the Jets training camp today and had his first workout. And several other Jet players who had held out along with Joe also reported. And Davey Hill from Jackson, Michigan, won his third major golf in his many starts in the past week. He won the Philadelphia Classic. Hill has won 4 tournaments so far this year and is the leading money winner with a cool 129 thou. And in baseball, the West Division of the National League remains a tight race. LA and San Francisco are 1 game behind league-leading Atlanta. The Astros have a record of 48 wins and 48 losses, are now in 5th place, 7 games out. A twin bill between the Astros and Cincinnati last night were postponed because of rain. The Chicago Cubs are still in first place in the East Division. They led the New York Mets by 4.5 games. And in the American League, Baltimore is breezing toward the Eastern Division title. They lead second place Boston by 11 games. Looking ahead, the All-Star baseball game is scheduled for tomorrow, and President Nixon was scheduled to see the game and then leave immediately after the game for the Pacific splashdown area before going on his tour of Europe. And that about covers the news this day. You guys have been making most of it, and I'm sure we couldn't fill you in on any of the details that you don't already know.
How did they saw the moon lady sitting under that persimmon tree or whatever it was?
You're welcome.
Flight retro. Oh, retro. We owe a TEI 30 preliminary pad. Okay, that's down. They're ready to copy. I got it.
11 Houston, we got a preliminary TEI 30 pad if you're ready to copy.
I don't think we're in the same department, Bowling.
Right, coming at you. TEI 30. SPS GNN 366901 minus 061 plus 067.
We are over India, by the way.
135 23 41 49er. Down 81 plus 32.
What's this master caution now?
Plus 06713 minus 02773 18105.
No, I understand what they are.
013.
I'm just not in that department.
HA is NA.
I think you want somebody else.
00230 32833 228 Delta V6.
I guess the wind is sufficient to blow me quite off course if I don't stay like this. Maybe a little bit more to the left.
355. Next three lines are NA. Now
Well, that sounds
61.
like
Plus
one of the things you can do, I suppose.
Minus 17237 11806
None.
36
Probably none would be good.
195 0452. You set stars.
I like my rockets without warheads, thank you.
242 172 012. We like 2 jet ullage for 16 seconds. And the horizon will be on the 11 degree mark at TIG minus 2 minutes. And in the other comments, your sextant star is visible after GET of 13450. Ready for your readback, over.
Roger, we have a TEI 30 SPS GNN 366901 minus 061 plus 067 135.
Orange juice should not taste like soap.
Plus 320.
Orange juice is reasonably distinctive in taste.
06713 minus.
If orange juice tasted like anything but orange juice, I would probably dump it.
054 013 NA plus 00230 plus 32833 228 32625 24
Which brand?
355 NA 3 times plus 1103
minus 17237. 118.
Could be expired.
3627.
Apple and Eve. Then it's apple juice. It's apple juice pretending to be orange juice. That's the problem.
242-172-012. 2 jet hours, 16 seconds.
Oops, sorry. Got two cups here and accidentally knocked them into each other.
134.50, over. Right, Mike, good read back, Cal.
Lemonade ones as well. That also tastes like soap. Which also tastes up. Stop getting that. I had some nice apple juice recently. It was sort of cloudy. It wasn't as sharp as a lot of apple juice, thankfully. Just today I added a little citrus food spike for my orange tree. I have a little orange tree. It's a baby orange tree. It doesn't seem to be doing very well though. Its leaves are a little bit on the yellow side. So I decided to get a little pack of food, Miracle Grow. We will see whether that's any good. You should get a plant. Plants are, I mean, some plants are easier than others. Indoors I have pepper plants and basil. Also a coffee plant. But I mostly grow peppers indoors. That's easy. Then I can just pull the peppers off. They're relatively small peppers though, but it's only just me. Basil, you can just take the leaves off and put them on pizza. It's fine. Basil grows real easy on the windowsill. Yeah, I use it in cooking. I use it on pizza. Basil isn't for aesthetics. Basil, they'll die after a year. So you need to take the leaves off and use them. Same with pepper. The pepper is only good for the year, basically. You can stretch it maybe for 2 years. Yeah, so there are two kinds of plants. There's annuals and perennials. Perennials will stick around for a long time. Annuals, every year they grow, they make flowers, they spread their seeds, and then they die. And then next year you get the seeds the seeds will pop up new plants. So outside I've got poppies and they do that. They die, but their seeds are out there, so poppies come back the next year. But of course, when you have them indoors, they can't do that. They're not coming back. So you might as well use them. Lettuce plants and stuff like that are also fine to grow, and then you pick them up, just yank them, and because they're basically done once they've grown. They are not going to stick around. Apples are on trees. Trees are a whole other thing. These are plants. These aren't trees. Trees will stick around. Trees, the cycle is whether they drop their leaves or not.
This is Apollo
Whether they're
Control,
evergreen
132
or
hours,
deciduous.
29 minutes. That last string of numbers
But
read
otherwise
off
the tree
spacecraft
stays.
included the information the crew will need to start them on their way back to Earth. in about
Cantaloupes
2
I have
hours,
no
54
idea about.
minutes.
I am growing cucumbers.
The time
I
of ignition
have
for the transverse
a
injection
prospective
burn
pumpkin
again is
plant,
135
but
hours, 23
its
minutes.
leaves seem a little bit on the small
42
side,
seconds.
so I don't know if I'm going to get a pumpkin out of it. Watermelon
They will
takes a
burn
lot.
their 20,500 pound thrust service propulsion system engine for 2 minutes 28 seconds, increasing their
Yeah,
speed by
well,
3,283
they take a lot of
feet per
space
second.
and sunlight. Some plants need a lot of sunlight, others
our
don't.
preliminary
Basil is
estimate
fine
is
on
that
a
that
windowsill.
will put them into
Peppers,
the Pacific Ocean
they'll grow
at
small
the,
peppers
primary
indoors. They'll
landing
grow
site
larger peppers outdoors.
at 195 hours, 18 minutes 47 seconds ground elapsed time, or almost
The more
precisely
sunlight and water they
on the flight
get,
plan.
the more they'll grow. The spinach
The,
kind of
spacecraft
plants,
weight
those kinds,
At the time they do the trans-Earth
they
injection
tend to be
burn will
small if you try to grow them
36,691
indoors.
pounds.
They really need to be outside.
We'll continue to stand by for any communication.
Dogs,
From the
yeah.
spacecraft.
Well, that's the danger of growing things outside is things will
We now
eat
have
them.
about,
Like if you try
29
to grow
minutes,
leafy
30
plants,
seconds
like
until
salad plants outside,
the, Apollo
well,
11
everything likes to eat the salad plants before you get to them. So that's why it's a bit easier to grow the cucumbers and the pumpkins outside, because the cucumbers and pumpkins have the hard skin that prevents other critters from eating them. So that's why I grow those. Otherwise, all sorts of critters will try to eat. Pumpkins are sturdy, yeah, but they take a lot of water. And most of the pumpkin you can't eat. So it's not usually worth it to grow pumpkin, because the pumpkin tins are cheaper. It's easier to just buy the pumpkin tin for pumpkin pulp. I have a little drip system.
The PCA will be the first to go, and it's not directly relatable to the tip temp, so we can see increasing rates of tip of bias.
It's a drip line.
Right now, we feel that the biases are within an update region where we could update right now and do a maneuver, but as a general
So it's like whatever, 10 minutes a day dripping, little drip sprinklers kind of things, not big sprinklers. Well, potatoes I probably wouldn't try to grow personally. Potatoes are too cheap. I mean, potatoes would be fine to grow on Mars and all, because you can't get them any other way, but practically speaking, I mean, you can get a bag of 10 pounds of potatoes for $6 or something. I don't feel like I need to grow potatoes. The cucumber plant is those are pretty productive. You can get a lot of cucumbers off of a cucumber plant. The worst is probably corn. You basically get one corn per plant. It's not worth it. I'm very much a corn skeptic. And most of the corn you can't even eat.
Okay, make it 20 minutes from now. Give me a bye. Roger.
I do have grapes outside. But last year, they got mad at me. I don't know if the grape plant is going to... It's definitely producing grapes. I don't know if it's gonna produce them well. There's plenty of bunches of grapes on it. But I don't know if they're gonna grow full and into proper grapes, or whether it's still mad at me. Cobs to your dogs, and they like the cobs. Yeah, but it's not just the cobs. If you ever took the corn off of the plant, it's like got this huge bundle of leaves around it. You have to really take off tons of stuff in order to just get to the corn. And so there's a huge corn stalk. So a lot of water has been used producing the corn stalk, producing these leaves and the covering on the corn. And then sometimes bugs still get to it. Growing a cornfield might be fun. I mean, they're generally successful. They grow very well. It doesn't take a lot of thought to grow corn. They grow as long as you water them. It's not hard. Most of the greens aren't hard too. Spinaches, mustards, lettuces, those are fairly easy. Arugula. Arugula is probably the easiest, but you really have to catch it. Its nickname is Rocket, actually, arugula. And that's because it pops up real quick and then it stops tasting good real quick too. You need to grab it quickly, or it'll suddenly sprout flowers and become bitter. I don't know if your dogs would eat corn. Uh, corn is fairly well protected, and I don't think they'll eat the leaves. Trample it when they're young, maybe. The strawberries you can keep higher up. They're German Shepherds. Oh, well, that's different. Yeah. Well, 1 hour to Mumbai. And in the audio, there'll be a bit before they do their translunar injection. Sorry, trans-Earth injection. I don't think I'll still be streaming when they do it. Well, maybe. I don't know. It's about 2.5 hours. I think. Wait, where did it go? Oh, no, that's a totally different area. Not 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Flat control. Okay, we have a prediction for the tip of biases.
Well, I mean, that's when it is. 135,
Okay.
23, but basically 2 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, bye, bowling.
Okay. Okay, X plus 0.25. Z plus 0.30. And the Y is plus 0.15 centimeters per second squared. And we'll calculate these at that time to see how close we are. Okay, also predict them 1 hour from now. Okay, at 132.40, 133.40. 133.40? Right.
So we're flying over the westernmost part of India now. I don't know if jealous is the word. Does he regret it at all? I don't know. I don't think he's jealous per se. Of course, you could read his autobiography to get all the details. He wrote it fairly soon after the whole mission. It's one of the more highly recommended astronaut autobiographies. It's worth noting that he also had probably the most illustrious of the post-mission careers, because he became the head of the National Air and Space Museum. In fact, the way it exists right now, he opened it. He got funding for it and opened it, so... Inspired by NASA document. Sheebs, you can't use NASA logo too freely, you know. you might want to review the rules about that. When people see NASA logo, they think it is from NASA, so, you know. Be careful having mission plans that have NASA logo on them. Is it copyrighted? Not exactly, but it comes with some rules. Let me see if I can find the list of rules. Rules for using NASA logo. Most of this is typography and stuff. Hold on, let me see if it has the information involved.
Okay, all flight controllers, about 15 minutes to LOS this rev. About 5 minutes, and then I want to go around the horn first about it. Control, flight. Flight control. Go, guys. Guys, call. Flight control. No control. Okay, we have the prediction for 133.40. Okay. KX is 0.125. Y is it?
Oh.
0.125.
I'll link it and let you read it. It may be up to you to decide. Yeah, you could probably add that. Maybe adding that will be enough.
idea of when it might fail, and if it was during a burn when it failed, the failure mode is because the accelerometer is saturated, which could mess up the guide, so the next step up would cause an auto off. It would attempt the delta V much too early. So we'd only update to these values and do a burn only if it was the only thing that was the only possibility left. Okay. And also we just lost our trip attempt, just went off still high, so we can't watch it anymore. 143.
Let me see, what do I call... Oh, Gujarat is the area. This is Gujarat. Maybe mislead. Well, this is Flight Sim. Flight Sim 2024. I am currently flying from Karachi to Mumbai. We are listening to the Apollo 11 audio. So, this at this time, 56 years ago, Apollo 11 was traveling, traveling around the moon right now. And we are listening to the original audio thanks to apolloinrealtime.org. If you go to apolloinrealtime.org, you can listen to the audio at any time. But right now it's in sync with what happened 56 years ago.
Pretty straightforward now. Looks like everybody had the right pieces, but nobody put them all together, what they said.
You were not even born yet? Well, I wasn't born yet either. Yep. It would have been nice to see it, but I did not. Would have nice to been on it, but obviously not. What were all those poor people who were like really, really young when Apollo happened and totally didn't remember watching it on TV, even though they were alive at the time? Well, I'm looking forward to it too. I trust communication will be a little bit better, and the TV images much sharper. Right now, in the part of the audio we are in, they are about 2.5 hours away from starting their return from the moon to the Earth. So in 2.5 hours they will do the burn to come back to Earth, but it's still a 3-day trip from the moon back to Earth. Not have live on TV? Well, you never know. I mean, well, it depends. The Soviet Union, even though they were quite closed to the rest of the world, still had some reporting on the Apollo 11 mission at the time. You can use VPN to watch stuff around the world. Well, at least you can do that. Yeah. No, I got it from the characters, yeah. Yep. Well, I was born in Hong Kong. So... I live in the United States now. You need to use VPN to access YouTube even? Well, that sucks. But at least there's the option. Now it is a part of China for sure. Yeah. I still have family there. But my immediate family certainly preferred not to be living there. Econ deteriorating since, well, yeah, I imagine. Well, I mean, when Hong Kong became part of China, Hong Kong was a large proportion of the Chinese economy. Now, that's sort of been siphoned away over time. We will be visiting Hong Kong eventually on this flight, as I often do. I do have some Hong Kong scenery, but probably not today. I can't get there today, not with the time I have left. National, yeah, well, I can't comment in detail because I don't know the details, but from my understanding, yes. I have not personally been back to Hong Kong in, well, what was it? 35 years. So I was just a kid when I left Hong Kong. Oh, you studied in university in Hong Kong. Oh, wow. Well, that would have been a tumultuous time to be in university in Hong Kong. Oh, got an interesting time then.
Hello, Apollo 11. Hello, Apollo 11. Houston, 7 minutes to LOS. Next to AOS 13346. You're looking good going over the hill.
Okay, Fido, how you doing with your tracking this rep? Flight, Fido, we'll take the vector in sometime.
Still in jail, huh?
We should be in pretty good shape. Okay.
Or left Hong Kong, yeah. 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 Not good times. They were more free than China. Whatever happened, well, that's a long story, isn't it? Can't even find. Yeah, it'll be tough for them. Well,
Looks like something went up before our PPA. We got an ICBU fail at
Well, I mean, yes, that's how political oppression works. Yeah. I mean,
132.54.
let it be a reminder to us not to end up like that.
The glycol flow was stopped.
We seem trending towards that sort of thing.
Two hours and 19 minutes. 2 plus 19.
Botonghua, yeah, so Mandarin. Well, I certainly hope Cantonese culture is, I mean, I like Cantonese better. I can't speak Cantonese, well, because I left when I was a kid. My parts of my family speak Cantonese. Yeah, well, I hope Cantonese culture manages to hold out. Well, obviously. Now, don't get yourself into trouble. They might still, you know. Yeah. Well, I was in Hong Kong when Tiananmen Square happened, and there was, oh yeah, I've been learning Japanese, and, what you got? I've been brushing up on Cantonese using an app, but at least I can, because the Japanese has some of the characters are shared. Actually, shared more with Cantonese than with Mandarin. Could probably work it out. But yeah, I was in Hong Kong during Tiananmen Square, and there were demonstrations and all. And shock. I mean, one reason why, which God, my immediate family left was because of Tiananmen Square, right? Tiananmen Square happened in 1989. My family left in 1990. We were like, oh, this isn't going to be good, is it? So, yeah, well, yeah, when I was a kid, the Japanese anime was a big deal. I know these days in Hong Kong they like Korean stuff more, but back in the day when I was young, it was mostly Japanese stuff. And then when I got here, after a little while when I was a teenager, they got into Japanese anime here too. So, well, I liked the older anime when I was younger, so the Ghibli movies, you know, Castle in the Sky is my favorite. And then the Cowboy Bebop and Evangelion, that sort of thing, from the early 90s and or mid 90s. I haven't kept up with anime. I watch Japanese TV shows more now. Ghibli music, Joe Hisaishi music. Yeah, I like those too. But these days I just watch the variety shows mostly. Sometimes the dramas. Never the movies. Japanese movies are really, really rough. Oh, you like Digimon? Oh, okay. Yeah, that I was too old for that. By the time Digimon came out, I was older, so I couldn't get into that.
We'll be reacquiring in about 46 minutes as the spacecraft comes around on its 30th revolution.
Digivice? I don't know much about that. One Piece? Oh, One Piece like that. You didn't mean One Piece like the anime. You are definitely younger than me, yes.
Apollo 11 is now in an orbit with a high point of 62.6 nautical miles and a low point of 54.2. The current spacecraft velocity is 5,000.
I don't know what you mean by Ghibli's waltz.
And we show an orbital weight of 36,000.
They're probably mini waltzes, actually.
We have loss of signal now. We'll be coming back up when we reacquire in about 45 minutes. 133 hours. This is Apollo Control. Houston.
I'm in the United States, so right now it's nighttime for me. You have a PM shift today?
World 5 or World 6? World 3.
Merry-go-round of life. How long is this flight? Well, this flight, I'm going around the world in this plane. We're currently in India, and we have 36 more minutes till I land in Mumbai, and then we'll go on to Kathmandu probably. Oh, sure. Well, okay, maybe not. This map is not great. I'll try. No, it's messing up again. Here, there. If that, if you know your India at least, that's where we are. I'll try and reset it, but it's messed up here. That's as far as I can zoom out, really. Oh, Howl's Moving Castle. Okay, that. All right. Probably to Kathmandu in Nepal, so we can see some Himalayas and such. Yeah, but let me see. Measure distance. It is a ways. It might be a while today. The India crash? I don't know. It doesn't sound good, that's for sure. First, I mean, based on what they've said, it sounds like somebody had a problem on board. Willingly? Well, that's where the evidence is currently pointing. What can I say? Do we know everything? Probably not. Oh, yes, India, land of contrasts. Lots of colors, lots of noise. Very strong flavors in food. Basically. That's their phone in the Apollo audio.
Hi, I was hearing you news conference. I'm having down with the news.
No,
Saying on TV, was it recorded?
no,
Are you distant? Is that second?
it was recorded. I did it about 20, 30 minutes ago.
They record, I guess, on the radio. Just for the people.
Yeah.
What's it doing? Are you busy right now?
No, they're behind the backside.
Oh, how much longer than they been?
About 45.
Well, would it be bad for you to contact me 10 minutes? I left Charles and Tug, and I would like to see Mama there. Is that okay? Okay, maybe about 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm on station warm up.
preventive maintenance.
What state vector is it last slot? The left?
Find the moon sequence here, and also we need to calibrate chart recorders. And the beacon and the local, so that needs to be probably rather noisy. But it should be done. Okay.
We got some slot.
Hurry along. Make sure they get it done. Go ahead,
Yeah, you're sticking to 2020. I still have 2020 installed. I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody for sticking with 2020. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Not all the planes I have for 2020 are available for 2024 or working in 2024. So, especially the PMDG 737. So, like, yeah, I would love to fully move on to 2024, but I can't. And yes, anybody would be justified in sticking to 2020 for now. It's disappointing though. Yeah. Really, it seems like, I mean, compared to how they were before 2024 came out, they seemed to be more communicative, and the updates to 2020 occurred a lot faster. Lately, it seems like they've gotten their budget cut or something. I don't know what's up with them. So, that's rough. And then, yes, a lot of the planes and sceneries haven't been supporting 2024, even though it's in theory easy for them to do so. The devs just haven't bothered to try to update them sometimes. Economic incentives? Well, yes. There is no economic incentive for them to update. And I guess I don't know what Microsoft is up to. Microsoft has been firing devs left and right, and then they're spending all their money on AI, so well, I don't know if it's the developer's fault, because we've got Asobo in France, the devs, and then we've got Microsoft, the publisher, in Seattle. Who's really doing nasty stuff? I think Asobo's a nice company. I mean, they I think would be trying their best. They've made some games like the Plague Tale game, which is nothing to do with flight sim, but they seem to be into making games. Microsoft, I don't know. They've always been iffy about whether they like flight sim or not. After all, they basically dumped flight sim from 2006 to 2020. So back in the day before 2006, they came out with them every 2 years. There was a 98, a 2000, 2002, 2004, and then FSX in 2006, and they were like, we're done. And then 14 years, and then they came out with Flight Sim 2020. Microsoft is fickle.
Yeah, well, probably ought to lab.
MSFS graphics and Orbiter 2016 system depth. Or even, I don't know if you've played the game Re-Entry, that has system depth. But, well, you know, dream games. You know, once upon a time, Microsoft had a space sim. There was a space sim that they had released. Long before Orbiter. You played Re-Entry? Now there's that's system depth for you. But yeah, having everything in the game is tough. Was I going to do a video on Space Sim? Would be nice. Maybe sometime. Someday. It's not like there's a hurry to do it. Old spacecraft. Yeah, we need re-entry before like new spacecraft. Or even futuristic spacecraft, but I want the flick switches. I want all the details. Well, we don't even have a full space shuttle sim, really. MFD? You want MFD? I'm more of a gauge person personally, but I like cluttered cockpits personally, and more stuff to do. But it's fine. I mean, certainly going to places would be nice. You know, in Kerbal Space Program, you can have the MFDs. There's raster prop monitor. If you want to do everything from the cockpit, you can. If you didn't know that, you could have basically all the Orbiter 2016 stuff in Kerbal Space Program. Weird in RO with some mods? Yeah, well, not mine. Of course, my own mod, the IVA, the EDB cabin has the raster prop monitor monitors and all that. But yeah, the IVAs are tough to make in Kerbal, let me tell you. Yeah, KSP2, what a shame. The pizza parlor doesn't have an IVA. The Kerbals can walk in it. I mean, it's not meant to be controlled like that. It's meant to be plopped on the surface after all. It's not a ship, per se. It's an adapted hab. But it's pass-through. The Kerbals can go through it. Well, we should probably start descending soon. Well, we're gonna have a 30-knot wind on our face for the next flight too. So that's gonna slow us down. We'll see how far I get. Maybe not even to Kathmandu. Well, let me quickly get some water before landing. Okay.
Hot dog?
Well, partway to Kathmandu is Varanasi. Maybe we can stop there. If you hear chatter in the background, that's the Apollo 11 crew, by the way. I'll be saying stuff distinctly. They're making some additional noises.
But, look.
Speaking of the difficulty in dealing with the Apollo tapes, they're not in order all the time, and it's sometimes difficult to tell when exactly in the mission they're from. Of course, on ApolloInRealTime.org, Ben Feist got it all sequenced and everything, but handling the originals, they're sort of a mess sometimes. So for the other missions, like Apollo 12, 13, 14, 12, 14, 15, and 16, they're still very much out of order and missing stuff. Yeah, it's late for you. Yep, have a good evening, Sheeps. So this is actually audio from Mission Control.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not a little bit on here.
Do you have to make up a new batch of that stuff every time you throw some pieces in?
Yeah. There's no idea. Still on everything.
There are basically two mics at Mission Control, one at the Capcom station and one at the Public Affairs Officer station. Sometimes we get the flight director loop, but a lot of times we don't. Of course, there are plenty of other audio going around in Mission Control. We just don't have the tapes for them.
Well, you'll probably go to bed before they get around again.
Oh, you want here to come
If I do, I'll get a hospital, but
So my guess right now would be this is a Capcom talking to somebody or the Public Affairs Officer talking to somebody. Probably the Capcom.
But you don't get home until much later.
2:30. So we'll see you later.
Okay.
Anything has everything?
Yeah, I called my own mother once, 50 days, and she didn't feel bad or anything. Well, you know, this is the CSI, this is towards the end of the office, I told her I told her what. There's just going to be a weekend, this is going to be, I just wondered, you know, when the next time will be. Yeah, this is it. Of course, she's going to be getting another kid now. So that's for him.
Good. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Okay.
I do remember trying to get water into a grapefruit pineapple drink. No, don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. Just let just get it in. No.
So there's just an expanse of water between Gujarat and Mumbai. Well, it's actually keeping my plane in the right place now. That's nice. So we're just sort of in the middle of that water.
Hot dog? Right. The piece of that great dress that mold all over. Right. That's okay. Party can go in. Roger, John. I guess we got a crowd there this time at 134. That's fine. Okay. Probably, yeah. I purchased this morning when I woke up, but I'm good for hiding. Well, one cup. Let's go, boy. I got a spare one.
How you doing?
Come on, join me.
You do, huh? You dirty rotten rat. I wish I could.
Okay, good. I just thought I'd say hello. Hey, is Griffin still there?
Just a minute. Have a cool one for me.
Is Gary still there? No, I don't want to talk to you. You still there?
Yeah, he is.
Tell him I'm sitting over here and I'll be loaded. You don't hurry up.
All right, I'll tell him.
See you later.
Okay.
Guidance flight. Guidance flight. All right, Mike. How do you stand for your load this round? What do you got? CFM, space vector, and PEI target, right? Well, I'll do that. Flight. The crew had asked for a post-PEI and a pre-PEI. So we'll have both of those. What, where? A post-PEI. Oh, okay. And a pre-PEI. Okay. With the post one going in the damn slot. Okay. Go ahead. Here, what's good here? It's my understanding, and I remember this one, that we would agree that we give them a post-DEI vector in the one slot, one pre-DEI in the CSM slot, and the PEI target load, so we got 3 loads coming up this time.
Roger.
Guidance and flight, how do you stand in your maneuver pad and the PEI 31 slot?
Working it up now.
Okay.
2.
Well, looks like we've got clouds here.
It looks like a wild gyration. Doc.
Yeah.
Oh, but Becky. If I don't out to the valve, I would have gone find the bottle. I think they have it as
Sure glad we have the transcript. I can't make out what they're saying otherwise.
Go, flight. Have you settled on the weights for the final dot load, or is there going to be any update required? Yes, sir, we settled on it. We've got on the last pad, and it's on this pad right now. Okay. It's 40 pounds difference, but I think we don't need to change it. Roger. I'm computing the maneuver on the proper one, and that will be fine with the way it is. Okay. And they update with what we gave on the last pad.
Well, yeah, the clouds are nice enough. Better, I think, than the flights in 2020 clouds. At least that's here.
About all that thing is just back to the auto, it's bought it. And just about that time, oh, the auto was black. I'm not saying it's not black. I'm not coming later on.
Fido for flight. Flight, Fido. When you get a chance, will you give me those 3, 2, and 1 times? Okay, stand by. Capcom, contact. Capcom, contact. Contact.
Well, hope there's an end to the clouds, though.
Capcom, contact. Contact loop. Capcom, contact.
No. Pretty good. Better go back to where we were.
Honeysuckle contact, Houston contact. Honeysuckle. Goldstone? Goldstone contact. Roger, send out for a quick key check.
Nope, rain. Not that they do anything, but windshield wipers time.
4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Test out.
Honeysuckle, 100% king.
Gold Doma, 100% king. Roger,
Contact honeysuckle.
go ahead.
Roger, we have a pretty severe echo on this nest at the moment. 10 by 1, test count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Houston, contact honeysuckle.
Computer soup. Roger, I read you loud and clear.
Raj, we wrote a test flight tape a while back. And the losses, we had an IO error on one machine, which caused that machine to eliminate the other machine, getting the two machines out of sync. We'd like permission to do a channel-to-channel restart from the MOC to the DSC to put the machines back in sync at this time. Raj, Fido, you copy? Copy, flag. Go. Here's computer soup. Okay, thank you. Flag control. No control. Okay, we have the actual biases for our predicted 132.54 bias values. Yeah. And they're real close. Would you like to have them? Sure. Okay, X was .178.
Great monsoons or something.
Z was plus 286. And Y was .131.
Nope, but there is some terrain down there.
Thank you for fudging the answers. Negative. We'll have the actuals for 132.44, 133.44 as soon as we get ALS. Gotcha.
Oh, Grogan. What?
Can we see any of Mumbai?
Well, EDA transfer, you can forget about that. Oh, it's crazy procedures for taking that probe apart. Yeah.
Play computer soup.
Well, there's a monument of some kind there.
Completion of machines are in sync. Okay, thank you.
Can barely see that. Well, it's gonna be fun landing. I'm not trying to land right now, I'm just trying to look at buildings, but I don't want to like smack into them.
All it seems I'm in perfect sync with you. Right. Every time I restart tape, I want to display. Right. Find you out every time. I try and sneak him in. I know it. You know what happened to Reed when he did that to me once in a while? We finished the checkpoint. Thank you. Flight retro. Go retro. I got TEI 30 pin. Okie dokie.
Or the ground.
And,
Well,
we like to trim residuals.
I think I'm going to have to
You would.
just accept the fact that I'm not going to be able to see the buildings at Mumbai, even though I have some extra scenery for it.
Okay, you have drop eggs and a beans right there?
We've got some very realistic weather. Okay, but really, this part of Mumbai has big buildings. We gotta try and go up, go around, and land. Move up.
Okay, all flight controllers.
that was a
about minute and
bad
half
plastic
acquisition.
sound.
Settle in. Let's get ready for trans-earth injection here.
Okay, nav source now, VOR, please.
Flight retro.
Go retro.
I've got T-31 blind data pass.
Okay. Hello?
This is Apollo Control at 133
That
hours,
might be
45
worthwhile
minutes.
to advise.
Cheat the weather so we can see it, maybe on the flight out.
Apollo 11.
Since it's landing, I want to see if I can land in this troublesome weather. When taking off, we can go ahead and get rid of the weather and see the city.
See that, Charlie? I saw that flight. Okay.
Computations for their trans-earth injection maneuver, which is scheduled to occur at 135 hours,
Ooh-wee, though.
42 seconds, or about 1 hour, 38 minutes from now. We should have acquisition.
I'll take off as soon after I land, so.
Right across from me. What's there?
AOS, fast knowledge, could figure that out? We forgot. I'll make him figure it out real quick. Go, Captain.
Hey, Tom, I don't remember talking to the crew about this, giving her these two vectors. You remember the conversation?
No, sir, I didn't participate in it. I know they wanted a vector to carry on board the spacecraft.
I'm glad it has a radar altimeter.
Pre-flight, post-DEI vector. Okay. As well as a pre-flight and orbit vector, but I have not heard about them wanting one in most in the RAM slot.
Flight status.
Go fighter.
Abort modes. Mode 3, 0 to 80 seconds.
Stand by.
We're standing by at this time for a call from the crew or for Capcom Charlie to put in a call to the crew from the ground.
Mode 1, 105
We presently show the lunar module in an orbit 63.3 by 56 nautical miles.
Give me those again,
The
please.
command and service module is in an orbit 63.2 by 53.9.
Gotcha.
At the time of the trans-earth injection burn, we expect that the command module will be about 1 mile below the LEM and about 20 miles in front
Would
of
be
it.
a good time to have a co-pilot.
Flight Capcom?
Go, Capcom.
Hey, Gene, I don't remember the conversation on this state vector thing here, and just talking to Ken about it. He said they got one on a pad that they're carrying that they would have in case all comm was gone type thing. FAO doesn't remember anything being discussed about this in the flight plan. And just wonder where we came up with this, the 2 vectors.
Buzz requested it.
Buzz
During
did?
the sim.
That's right.
During the TEI sim.
Yep.
At the end of it, he asked for it. And we
If
said
you wanted
we
it
would
uplinked, then just
supply.
on a piece of paper.
He wanted it uplinked. I gave him a TIG plus, or cutoff plus a minute vector that he's got with him.
Okay.
So
You can always ask them.
Yeah, all right, fine. Thank
Okay.
you. I
That'd be the
didn't
best thing
remember
to
that.
do.
I didn't remember that.
I remember it from the sim. Raj, it's in the, they've got it in their update stuff. I've seen it, Raj.
Oh, yeah, I know they're carrying one. I just didn't... The thing I was questioning was the one on the, whether they wanted uplinked or not. For comparison's sake.
The one they got, Steph, is not really very good.
You mean pre-flight? Yeah.
Oh, well, I can see some ground anyway.
Hello, Apollo 11, Houston, we're standing by.
Uh-oh. That's a little bit farther off than I wanted to be.
Alright, so we'd like you sometime at your convenience to stir up the crowds on this pass. And wondering if you got the fuel cell purge, over.
Fuel cell purge.
Say again, you're breaking up.
Roger, the O2 fuel cell purge complete.
Raj, copy.
Really, really bad. Oh. Oh. Okay. Not exactly set up for landing. But I don't want to have to do this again.
Okay.
Okay, we have a post pre-flight. Delta V. Okay.
Say the load again for me.
Well, I guess there's a taxiway over here. At least there wasn't like a whole lot of wind.
TEI target.
Okay, let's see if anybody's home. Landing ray, I didn't even see. Let's not talk about it. The landing gear didn't break, that's all I care about. This plane is one of those expensive payware planes, so if the landing gear had trouble, it'll tell me, I'm sure.
Taxiing to general aviation, parking using taxiway November 8.
I'm just gonna use the taxi ribbon.
27 Quebec
Guys,
Foxtrot, 4 cross runway,
Go ahead,
tree
Frank.
2
Got those
Echo,
loads out of the site stuff?
Echo 1
That's
cross
fine.
runway,
Okay.
tree 2 Whiskey 1, Ray Eyes Romeo Alpha 412.
That pilot doesn't look like they're using it.
Unfortunately, the vertical speed indicator in the plane is
Query them on what
very
they want.
small and it's built into the altimeter. That's one flaw in the plane.
Roger, fine.
Hello, Apollo 11, Houston. We got a load for you if you give us who and accept. The load consists of a CSM pre-TEI state vector. It's going in the CSM slot. And a post-TEI state vector. It'll go into the LEM slots, if that's okay. And also a TEI target load. Any comments, over?
Very good. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Who would accept? You got it.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
We're going.
Okay, I'm going around you. Airliners.
And 11 Houston, a reminder, you can scratch the verb 66 at 134.30.
Flight control. Control. Okay, at AOS, we've lost the pivots and the platform is beginning to go unstable. Second, at AOS, we had lost the pivots and the turbo loop is going unstable.
I have to cross the runway even?
And 11 Houston, for your information, Eagle,
Busy.
we had an ISS fail light came on at about 3:19 due to CDU overheating. And at
Well,
about
I
this
guess I
time
can
at
continue
AOS,
taxi.
It looks like we're about to lose the platform.
Roger. Ray Eyes Romeo Alpha 412.
It's probably supposed to stop at some point, but probably for the airliner. Along the runway? Come on, I can surely go this way.
Flight retro. No retro. We'll be 29 miles ahead and 2 miles below the landing rod. Yeah, good shape. Still tracking the left? That's sensitive flight. Okay.
Visibility's getting worse. Look at the rain. Hold on. Let me see if the windshield wipers at higher rate can work better. Come on. They don't do squat. Pitot overheat. Oh jeez. I've got the anti-ice on it on. Where are they taking me?
Negative, we've got one of them.
Okay.
Oh, maybe this is the parking spot. Brakes, brakes. Almost made for me. Okay.
This is Apollo Control. At this time, the crew should be involved in their pre-transcircumjection status checks. And they'll also be
Okay. Fine. Now let's change the weather temporarily.
The final information for the transcircumjection burn.
Aha.
On the ground.
Let's have some
Minutes ago,
clouds
you heard
though.
Charlie Duke advised the crew that we show the LEM platform is about to go. We'd mentioned that prior to leaving the lunar module.
Okay,
The crew
refuel.
had deactivated the primary coolant loop, placing the secondary coolant loop in operation aboard the LEM. This means that the primary guidance system does not get cooling.
Still working on it?
This is part of a pre-planned test.
Let's
to find out
call
how long
external
the primary
power
guidance
for a
system
bit.
would continue to function without cooling. We had predicted in advance that it would possibly not last much longer than an hour or so. But at the time Charlie Duke reported the platform had just gone down on the LEM, it had been in operation without cooling a little more than 4 hours. And we had an approximate time from the crew of transferring to the secondary coolant loop of about 129 hours 40 minutes. And we got the report from Duke.
Okay,
that the
starting up again.
left guidance platform was no longer usable at 133 hours 55 minutes. We'll continue to stand by for any further conversation from the crew. We're now 1 hour 24 minutes 10 seconds away from trans-Earth injection, which will occur on the backside of the moon at the beginning of the 31st revolution.
Oh, nope. Oh gosh.
Flight guide settling complete. Roger. See you.
Hopefully that didn't bust that too much. Okay.
Capcom, the computer seems.
Okay, fine. Apollo 11, Houston, we got the load in. You can have the computer.
11, you through the computer?
That's affirmative, Buzz.
Right. Good timing for you. GN6 flight.
Okay.
GN6 flight.
And Apollo 11, Houston, your friendly white team has your coming home information if you're ready to copy, over.
Well, I haven't got a new flight plan in here, but we'll basically be winging it. I'll try and get as far as I can.
Which crank you starting on? Crank A starting on, okay?
Well, this map.
All right, copy.
Use something
Roger,
else.
11. Got two pads for you.
I mean, I've got a runway right here. I'm just gonna take off.
TEI 30. SPS GNN 36691 minus 061 plus 066 135 23 4156 down 81 32 correction plus 32011 plus 06818 minus 02650
Whatever. I'll just taxi. They're probably gonna send me all over the place if I. Oh no, I didn't want that.
apogee is NA.
Okay.
Perigee
Oop.
plus
Alright.
00
I'm just gonna take off at this runway so I can get through it quickly.
3286 correction 32836 burn time 228 32628 24 1511 357
Can you tell I'm in a hurry?
Three lines are NA. Now 61.
Oh, choppy.
1103.
Oh,
Minus
that's not good.
17237.
Eek. Hold on. Okay.
806. 36275. 195.
It's late. I need to get on with this.
52. Set stars are Deneb and Vega. 242 172 012. We'd like foliage of 2 jet for 16 seconds. And the horizon is
Not in the
10
game.
degree line at TIG minus 2 minutes. And your sextant star is visible after 134 plus 50. Stand by when you read back. I have a TEI 31 if you're ready to copy, over.
Well, there's a fancy building right there, isn't there? Guess that's some sort of arena.
Roger, TEI 30. This is CNN. 36691. Minus 061. Plus 066. 135. 23. 4156. Plus 32011. Plus 06818. Minus 02650. 181. 054. 014. Captain TNA. Plus 00230. 32836. 228. 32. 628. 4. 1511.
This sort of preset weather seems pretty good.
Plus 1103. Minus
I think in flights in 2020, the preset weather patterns weren't that good.
36275. 195. 0452. NF Vegas. 42. 172. 012. Jet Olive. Second. Rise. Out of the window. 10 degrees. Big minus 2 minutes. Texas star at 410.
Roger, Buzz. Good read back. You're very weak. If you're ready to copy, I got a TEI 31 for you, over.
I forget which Mumbai scenery this is. Maybe Sam scene?
13450. I thought it said 10, but am I?
Apollo 11, Houston, you were cut out. Say again.
Roger, stand by 1.
Roger.
All right, go ahead. I'm ready to copy.
Roger, 11, TEI 31. SPS GNN 366901 minus 061 plus 066 137 22 39er 85
No, that's one of those fancy buildings that look like a bunch of blocks thrown on top of each other. Jenga buildings.
06845 minus 02487 NA pitch 052. Rest of the pad is NA. Ready for your read back, over.
Roger, TEI 31. SPS GNN 36691 minus 061 plus 066 137 22 39er 85 plus 32838 plus 06845 minus 02487 NA 6052.
Seems to be an old port building there.
Roger, good read back. And Buzz, did you say sextant star visible after 13450?
Well, that ship is clipped in, That's not good. It's beached itself.
Roger, it went by me there. Retro
Oh, there's some other older buildings here.
Okay, 13450, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, we are heading north, so we have to go this way. There's like 2 towers in the distance over there that I'm sort of curious about. But probably not curious enough. I think we've seen enough here at Mumbai. Alright, let's turn the weather back on. This is the real weather. Good luck. Good luck, Mumbai. Which tower is what? There's so many towers. There's 2 in the distance, but I don't know what they are. But I'm not interested enough. I want to move on now.
This is Apollo Control at 134 hours 10 minutes. We have about 47 minutes 30 seconds before losing contact with Apollo 11 as it goes behind the moon in preparation for the trans-Earth injection burn. With the burn, we would
Bumpy.
reacquire the spacecraft at 135 hours 34 minutes 11 seconds. Without the trans-Earth injection burn on the upcoming revolution, we would reacquire at 135 hours, 43 minutes, 50 seconds. The final figures on that burn as
We are going to get above the clouds.
are as follows. Ignition will occur at 135 hours, 23 minutes, 42 seconds. The burn duration will be 2 minutes, 28 seconds.
The first one,
And that will add 3,284 feet per second to the spacecraft velocity, starting it on its path back to Earth.
Okay.
about 2, 1 plus
And
20
we
to
would consume
145.
about 10,000 pounds of
And then
propellant
145
with that burn.
completion.
A splash would occur,
Okay. When
according
did
to
they
the preliminary figures,
That's right,
just
I
about
saw that data.
precisely as predicted in the flight plan.
Really, the completion isn't appropriate the way they're using it there. Stand by.
We'll continue to monitor now for any further conversation from the spacecraft.
Well, let's see how high these clouds go.
Thrust and
Affirmative.
everything.
Flight open flight. Flight final. What I'm talking about are using these TEI abort modes. The numbers we have for updating the
Unrestricted beta range. Is that more or less
Yeah, stand by on it. I'm checking
realistic?
outside.
Beta Annunciator. Pretty sure instant beta on touchdown is not realistic though. So once again, the Apollo 11 mission that we are listening to, thanks to ApolloInRealtime.org, is getting ready to do the burn to return from the moon to the Earth. So that's Trans-Earth Injection, or TEI. And currently they are... gotta figure out exactly what time they start that. About an hour and 10 minutes away from that. and I'll seek to land once they've completed that. So I'm just gonna try and get as far along into India as I can, and then nearest airport after they finish it, I'll just land at. Might be Bhopal, might be further. Hopefully we won't have monsoon rains there, but generally when it's rainy everywhere. Just a whole bunch of clouds come in.
Fido, can you give me the acquisition times corresponding to each one of those modes?
Say again, Fido?
Can you give me the acquisition times? What time would we acquire a misfin for each one of those modes?
It would take a while, but I can probably work it out.
Don't you have some simple thing that you can...
Nig.
Okay. Flight network, we're back up.
TT.
Go network. You're back up, right? Okay.
Fine. Flight control mode, please.
Roger. Fido, I'd like to have those times if you can do it conveniently.
Say again, Flight.
I'd like to have those times if you can do it conveniently.
Okay, let's see what we can do.
Okay. Tell you what. Let's make it easy. Let's not waste your time there, Fido. I'll just pick the nominal acquisition time, and I'll pick the
I'll tell you what.
acquisition time for proper burn.
I'll run it if I can.
Nah, that'd be...
No sweat, Rick.
I'd suggest you don't waste your time on it.
Okay.
Flight for the ullage, we got BD selected. Is that okay, everybody?
I believe that's what they wanted. Is that right, Buck? You want BD ullage? That's correct, Flight. Fido from Flight.
Flight.
The only times I want is the time without burn, which we ought to be able to get off the PSAT, and the time with the burn.
Right.
Okay. Flight GNC. GNC. Flight plan DAP load has BD ullage. Roger.
Right. Flight, another question. The flight plan on board has trim X only, and retro's making noises like you want C2.
I don't see why we shouldn't. You want to trim X and Z.
I'd like
Right, retro?
I'd like to, Flight.
Let's give it a try. Capcom,
Yes, sir.
let's trim X and Z.
Roger.
Some things that they're going on about I understand, some of it I'm not too sure.
Over.
Like, I don't know why they're trimming X and Z or anything like that, but I do understand BD ullage. That's they're using the B and D RCS to do ullage to settle the fuel down for the burn.
135, 34.
They'll tell the computer that. That I got. Trimming X and Z, I have no idea about.
Sounds like there's a story behind that one, too.
We'll tell you when you get back.
Well, looks like maybe we can be free of clouds over here. Maybe it's just Mumbai. But there are certainly patches of clouds ahead.
FAO Capcom.
Go.
Hey, why did y'all scratch out the Z? Now, where'd you get that word from?
I really don't know. I think that's what the mission rule said whenever we...
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's engine gimbal, but I'm not sure what the deal is. Like, how are they trimming? Yeah. What does it? What's the significance? Why? You know, this. I don't remember doing that in re-entry either, so there's that too. See, center of mass of the CM is not center. Oh, okay, maybe. It might, but let's face it, the module never has an off-center. It might have the trim, but we didn't. I don't think we ever had to do it because there is no simulation of the center of mass being off-centered, right? There's no. The switches might exist, but the need to do it isn't there.
John, have you seen him stir the cryos yet?
Similar to stirring the cryos. We never have to stir the cryos in re-entry. As far as I know. Probably for the best, considering Apollo 13. You can trim it, but there's no need to. Yeah. But yeah, no, but you gave me the information I needed. I was missing the CM off center thing.
Thank you, sir.
That's probably it. You read the whole manual. They've changed the manual since the last time I looked at it. I've had re-entry for a long time. Let's see. And I haven't played it in a while. Actually, it was last year, for the 55th anniversary, I did re-entry. But I did a lunar landing in re-entry all the way back in 2021. I think the first video I did on re-entry was in 2018. Oh, you know re-entry because you watched it. Okay. (2018) Yeah. Okay. Well then. Well then, you've had it as long as I have, basically. Still a little bit wobbly up here. Well, actually, last time I checked the manual, it was still unfinished. I guess I should check the manual again. the years fly by.
Retro Capcom over there.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Hey, Chuck, where's your mission rule on what page are they on in trajectory and guidance section for TEI?
Okay, stand by. Capcom Retro.
Yeah.
516.
Yeah, mine start on, I got 516 and mine starts with Trans-Earth Mid-Course.
There's really there's no TEI rules, really.
Well, okay, but you got, like LOI, you got, after LOI, you trim it in X and Z or to 2/10, and I mean, you ought to have some rule like that.
Oh, okay, that's under maneuvers.
Where's that?
Time compression? That's cheating.
I probably don't want to find it.
That's cheating. Anyway, well, you can if you want to, but I've never done it.
Yeah. His PTC rest man is right now is called LCV 002.
Well, I try not to go straight from Hong Kong to Europe. Unless I'm flying like the Dark Star or something. I don't have time to wait 14 hours for a flight either, but I just don't do such long flights. Oh, no.
Capcom Retro.
Oh. What about?
It's on 312. I wish you wouldn't look at it.
312.
Oh, you like the A380? That's the fly-by-wire one? Or is it a different one? They do long flights, yeah. I'd like the 777 200 LR that PMDG released. I haven't got that one.
Let me tell you another way.
And of course that's meant for really long flights. I just have a thing for airliners that have wings longer than their body.
To do it the best you can.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If you had only a little delta V, I'd rather wait and get a good.
You like the A380? I like older ones more, personally. Like I said, I'm more of a gauge kind of person and lots of flick switches, so.
Be trimmed if possible. Once you rewrite the route,
It's practical.
it's practical. You know, I don't care what word you use, but it seems to me you ought to take the positive approach and you ought to do something.
I have the PMDG DC6, for instance.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think at one time we had it written that way.
Too much switches and it's all, yeah, no, that's why I like it. I'm the opposite. I like the 737. You're an MFD person.
Scratch it out in a final update, like somebody called down, hey, don't do that.
Yeah. Switches will come back. Switches will come back. Anyway, but yeah, no, I like classic things, but not in spacecraft. I like it's only in airplanes. I think the wind is such that I should turn a little bit more. Well, for sure in the general aviation I want gauges. That goes without saying.
control.
Oh, my ranking goes way before that stuff. I probably 727 is probably my favorite, and then maybe 757. If I have to pick a MFD plane, probably the 757. I am more of a Boeing person. I'm more used to its setup. I wouldn't mind an A320, but I'm still not used to them. Yeah, well, there's no, I mean, I guess to some extent, I don't know if you can call the A300 and 310 classics, but I mean, there's just more classic Boeings, and of course, like I said, I'm a classic person. I go all the way back. I've got the Boeing 247 in this by Wing 42. That's a real classic. You started learning with the PMDG 737. You liked Airbus more, so you have the Phoenix one for the A320.
Hey, Charlie.
Huh?
You got a minute?
Yeah, sure.
What happened on the undock early?
They just got ready to go, and everybody said, right, shoot. So we.
I actually learned the 737 with the Zibo 737, the freeware one, in X-Plane 11. For the most part, otherwise I didn't do airliners in Flight Sim very much before then. Well, I'm an older type, so I first flew Flight Sim in Flight Sim 4 in 1990.
We said, well, get ready to go, and we had them undocked in about 15 minutes or so.
And actually, the Beechcraft Starship was like the headliner plane in that. Or maybe it was Flight Sim 5 that was our headliner plane, I forget. Either 4 or 5, the Starship was the big plane.
Before we got a
Oh, A2A, yeah.
ISS warning due to a
Well, A2A does good work.
ICDU at
It's on the secondary loop, huh?
yeah. Well, it's on the secondary loop. See, we turned off the primary loop.
Yeah.
So we got a ISS warning due to ICDU over temp at 3 hours and 19 minutes. But the platform didn't start degrading until about
Yep.
4 hours and it's going fast.
I've been at this for a bit. But I was young then. I was still a kid.
Okay, Charlie.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
But back then, you know, there was no point trying to use the rudder or anything. There's a lot of things. The reason why I do a lot of things comes down to playing those early flight sims and the systems just not existing. Like, yeah, there was no ATC or there's so many things that weren't implemented in the old flight sims.
On their guidance system, the stable platform used as an attitude reference for the upcoming burn.
Oh, you actually took the exams,
Very
huh?
little conversation, both here in the control center and from the spacecraft on this pass. We'll continue to stand by and monitor.
With keyboard. I always had a joystick, but would have to have used keyboard for rudders. Oh, the game PPL. No, I understand. In FSX they had the tutorials and then the little exam. Yeah, actually on the IFR one, like sort of it was sort of buggy for me in FSX. But yeah, doing it with keyboard sounds horrible. Pretty much, even in FS4 I had a joystick, but not a twist rudder one. Right now I have a twist rudder one, but that still makes my rudder use very iffy. uh, it's not as good as having a dedicated control for it. Well, we're reaching our cruising altitude of 33,000 feet. Even though you, oh, well. Fortunately, I had an uncle who was into flight sims, so I think I got a hand-me-down one from him. Oh, I don't know those. Sound fancy though. BKB S-Tex. I think I've heard of VKB. I've got the Thrustmaster Airbus edition is what I've got. And then I've got one of those side-tech throttle quadrants. Oh, you got fancy one like that. Well, that's fancier than mine. Metal grip, probably.
Okay, I'll flight controllers about 1 minute, and I want to give them a go for DEI.
Custom software, yeah. Well, at that price, it better have, better have custom software.
K-52 looks real good. You want the numbers?
Guidance for flight.
Go ahead, fly.
Did he finish his platform realignment?
That's fine.
Okay, what did he get for torquing angle?
Okay, plus point 166.
Well, let me see if I can figure out how to tell it that I want to land at Bhopal. I'll make that the plan. Okay.
Thank you very much, Will. That was my question.
Must be airport. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, this was like that. So V.
Okay, all flight controllers going around the horn. Gonna go for TEI. Retro, go. Fido, go. Guidance, go. Control, go. Telcom, go. GNC, go. Ecom, go. Surgeon, go. Raj, Capcom, we're go for TEI. Raj, fine.
So that was to go for the trans-earth injection burn.
Your go for TEI, over.
So they can come back home now. Not from, shoot. I meant that for 2. I'll have to do it all over again. Let me just tell it that I'm coming from Mumbai. Oh, shoot. Clear.
Control for flight. Was it you or Larry that gave me that go? That was me. It was me. Triple. That's what I wanted to get.
Okay. Okay. So if that's how it is. No, that's behind us. No, I want. Let me see. Gosh darn it. Well, I guess maybe I have to add a waypoint.
Flight processor. Okay.
Always do that. Okay, enter. Right, that's the waypoint. Still doesn't show it like that. Ah. Yeah, it's still pointing to Mumbai instead. Okay. No, not really. Okay, activate this leg. This thing. Oh, yeah, the T16000M. Yeah, I've seen that before. Throttle breaks down. Oh, yeah. Maybe I need to type in the rest of the stuff. Estimated ground speed. Let's say 280. No, come on. I wanted a 2. Estimated pounds per hour. Let's say 500. Okay, can you work now?
Did he set that up right? Expected to see all ones and R2. Called it up on the distance, but he did that right. He loaded one. Stand by. Flight, Jan. That thing keeps your speed instead of entering on it.
Nope.
Data mode. Half constant. Well, stand by. GNC for flight. Should R2 have been all ones? No, R2 was 0. I'm sorry, R2 should be all ones on the R1, that's okay. Yeah, R1 he had right, but it looked like he proceeded rather than entered that. Well, R1 he's called it up again there. He's called it up. Okay, back up again.
It should be 10102, shouldn't it?
I thought it was 10101.
10101, right.
Roger.
Okay, he's sitting in there.
Now he's got it.
Well, it moved there, but... Oh, wait. Okay. It did it. Alright. That's what I wanted. Not, there shouldn't be a next, but that's fine. I'll take it as it is right now. That isn't right. Fine, I won't use that. It's not got the right heading, but at least it's got my distance.
GNC for flight. GNC. Should not he have selected AC roll?
So 48 minutes.
That data R2 should be all one, should it not? Flight, we just as soon use BD roll in this case because of the balance. Okay, that's what he has been using.
And they are doing trans earth injection. They're gonna start in 40 minutes. So it's basically right on time. Well, I don't mind the little bits of cloud, as long as it doesn't get as bad as it was at Mumbai.
Flight GNC. Go GNC. Okay, we're happy with the DAP load. He hasn't loaded the attitude yet, though. Okay. What weights he got loaded in the DAP, GNC? Say again, flight. What weight does he have loaded in the DAP? 36691. If you're faked out by that 4 flight, we always get that 3-pound delta on our readout here.
The retro Capcom?
Go ahead.
Hey, Chuck, why don't you use 2-jet?
That's the recommendation of the GNCs. I really like to do 4-jet. In case one of them does fire, you'll lose attitude control. Hey, you recommend 2-jet, so as we go with.
What Mr. Scott was just saying. Hey, GNC Capcom.
GNC.
Now, what's
Hey,
that river coming
how
up?
come y'all recommend 2-jet outlets?
So, it was just a pre-mission agreement, Charlie, because early in the mission you don't know what the tunnel status will be. We had an agreement with the crew to always use BDLH and always use APL.
Apparently Tapi,
Yeah.
T-A-P-I.
No, we have no objection in this case to going 4-jet because we have plenty of propellant. But during all the sims, I think they've done the 2-jet PBI.
Yeah, I might propose a change it. I was just curious. We were discussing here, if you lose a jet, though, you lose your LH.
Yes.
Why? No, with 4-jet, you're going to have at least...
2-jet LH.
Yeah, you get a 2-jet.
But in either case, you have that attitude
Why wouldn't a DAP,
control.
wouldn't a DAP override that?
Well, it's going to turn off the jet that is working, trying to control attitude.
This is Apollo control at 134 hours, 48 minutes. It continues.
See, now, let's say we have
very quiet
4-jet selected,
here in mission
and
control.
we're looking 8 A's on top.
The flight controllers
and we
have been
lose
observing
the
the
A
crew
jet.
inputs through their
Want
computer.
to turn off the
monitoring as
the C-jet?
Crew
Yeah, but when you go outside the radar attitude jet, then it won't turn it off.
scheduled to occur at
And so you end up there with the rate.
Yeah, but then it'll fire the other jet, won't it?
No, it's going to
They're really having a debate about the RCS and ullage and all that.
The one that it doesn't know it's failed.
Okay, so you just
the
proceeded to go
spacecraft currently traveling at a speed of 5,329 feet per second. And the altitude is 62.5 nautical miles. At the time of the transverse injection burn,
What you're saying, you're in the same boat whether you use 4-jet or 2-jet. If you lose the jet,
about
you're just
20 miles behind the
Well, if
command
you had
module.
4-jet, you'd still get a 2-jet effective knowledge. However, you're doubling your probability of having something screw up your attitude.
Yeah, but you don't miss your burn. You might be out of
No,
attitude.
we can do an all-age start anyway.
We can do a no-LH start?
Yeah, we can always do one no-age start.
No kidding.
We can do a no ullage start? Oh, okay. So basically what was going on was a concern that since they were only using 2 RCS boards to do the ullage,
About 8 minutes to Little West.
that if
Your
one
AOS
didn't
with
work,
burn, 135,
that
34,
they'd be messed up
05.
and wouldn't be able to do the burn.
135,
But then he
44.
said, well, we can do the burn without any ullage too, so it's fine.
Okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
Ullage is just selling the fuel down, so I think in this case it's just a precaution. Since it's a pressure-fed engine, most of the time pressure-fed engines don't need too much of the ullage.
The crew has a go for the trans-earth injection at the beginning of the 31st revolution, and all systems on the spacecraft are looking very good at this point. You heard Capcom Charlie Duke advise Mike Collins that we'll reacquire the spacecraft on the other side of the moon. With the burn, the ground elapsed time of 135 hours, 34 minutes, and 5 seconds. Without the burn, we would reacquire 135 hours, 44 minutes, 3 seconds. We now have 6 minutes, 50 seconds until loss of signal. We'll continue to monitor.
Guidance, you happy with the speed 30 load now?
Roger, fine.
Basically fighting against the 29 knot wind against us. Ground speed 268. True airspeed 293. Well, they certainly have gone quiet.
GNC Capcom, Locust 3, Locust Dino again. GNC Capcom, Locust GNC Capcom, Locust Wrong move, Charlie. I'm sorry, guidance, Locust.
Go ahead.
Hey, Will, is he in the right attitude?
No, he went to 1 degree and 54 and 14, and then he's 252, and now he's dead banding at those design speed units.
Yeah, but he's 11 degree off in pitch.
Yeah.
That's no dead man, is it?
No, but see, he's got in R1 Tennessee, he's got voted the correct attitude.
Yeah, but I've seen a 6018 up there. He's proceeded on that.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, he had. I saw a 6018 a minute. 68.
You saw
Okay.
that, Verbo 6922.
Okay. Wouldn't we like to get him in attitude?
Yeah, I'd even like to see some VGA and you. Attitude 40.
Okay.
Okay, all flight controllers, 1 minute to LOS. Let's recheck.
I'll call 11 Houston, 1 minute to LOS. Go second.
Clear flight, loaded the attitude, and get started. Roger. Thank you, sir. We're good. GNC or Ecom, how are you looking?
Let's move this place.
Roger. Guidance, you happy? Fine. How about you, Fido? Go. Retro? Go, fine. How about you, Surgeon? Go ahead, we're go. Roger.
30 seconds now until loss of signal. We've had a last status check from the flight director, and all around the room the word is go. We're now 26 minutes, 23 seconds from
Okay, all
the
flight
transfer
controllers.
injection maneuver. 20 minutes until loss of signal.
As soon as we have LOS here, I want you to take a short break. And then come back in.
Yeah, we can get very big before we
And
come
let's go
over
over
here.
our post work schedule.
Okay, ready to start.
Get that all sorted
Good.
out so we can get the crew to sleep early.
Here we go.
Starting on all. Roger.
And we have loss of signal now. We should next reacquire Apollo 11 at 135 hours, 34 minutes, 5
I
seconds.
gotta make the start check yet.
And we're now 25 minutes, 38 seconds from trans-earth injection.
You're not gonna put around that camera anymore, are you? No.
Well, now we've got audio from the command module.
Might run it post,
You're still there? Okay, very good.
Yeah, if you put it somewhere. Alright, do that. Going away from the minute. I just get one away. Get all. Well, yeah, pull it out.
So now we hear the chatter of Aldrin Collins and Neil Armstrong. Unfortunately, they just didn't have enough tape to be able to constantly record their chatter. But then again, we also can't hear them a lot of the time because they're not like close to the mic.
Yeah, Ryan, go ahead.
So it tends to be mumbles.
Major car over at Aldrin's home. I have a note here saying I just put that call. Major car.
Okay, I didn't know that. Will you please call?
And so the rattling you hear is actually them rattling around.
How you doing? We're doing pretty good. You get a chance to torque that thing? I took. They tried 1 degree and that didn't do much, and then they tried 10 degrees and that did very little also. Something funny that we noticed there is that, I'm looking at time here. Hello.
Hi, Jerry.
Hey, how you doing, Charlie?
How you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
We're hearing a lot of different stuff going on at this point.
Thing going here, the newscaster on, hell, I think it was Channel 2, said that after the troops got out of the limb that they fired it off into solar orbit.
120 volts.
And
Prior to LOS.
so the gals here were kind of wondering what was going on, because what we just got finished telling them was that the limb would stay in lunar orbit, you know, and they would just adjust the orbit with the RCS to get it out of the way for the next flight coming along.
No, actually both of those are wrong. It's just going to stay in their orbit right where it is. We're not planning any burners at all. It's just holding attitude, and we're watching it die. And math physics people say that the orbit will decay due to the mass con things, and it will go into some sort of elliptical orbit, which we don't know exactly what, but it will be of no factor on future missions.
They figure it'll go unstable?
The limb will, the orbit will probably decay and then grow and then, you know, and shift around due to those mass cons. The thing's dying right now. It's an attitude hole. And
So they're talking about what happens to the lunar module, and on this mission they just left it in orbit around the moon. In other missions they ejected it out into solar orbit, but they were interested to see what would happen to it, so they kept it in lunar orbit. But the mass of the moon is lumpy, so eventually it's gonna end up crashing into the moon. This is just the ascent module of the lunar module.
We just want to verify with you.
okay, everything's telling them everything's looking well. They're going by, and they should be out about.
Just the part that went up. The descent module stays on the ground.
Everything looks good.
They'll be around the horn in 33 minutes.
That's right, 1:35, 34.
Okay, Keith, thanks a lot.
See ya.
So long.
Flight final 33 minutes, guidance. The retro.
Later missions would eject them into solar orbit, except for Apollo 13, where it actually, I guess, must have deorbited, smacking into the Earth, because they used it as the lifeboat. Burned up in the atmosphere.
Flight control. Go ahead. Gonna take a short break.
This thing is taking forever to get around here. We got 20 minutes to check. I think I'll speed it up a bit if you don't mind. You don't mind? What time? 41 to do? You know, if you hit this hand control, like you did the simulator minimum impulse, just bang.
Yeah, I think, well, the main seismic experiment was actually when the S4Bs crashed into the moon. But I do think they got readings when the LEMs, when this LEM, let me see which LEMs, I don't know if they did another one with the lunar modules crashing into the moon. But mainly it was the S4B that they used for the seismic experiments. Okay, so they did use some of the others to crash into the moon. For the seismic stuff. The S4B is definitely heavier for the seismic experiments. The lunar module, once it's out of fuel, is very light. So 26 minutes until landing. Oops, I didn't mean to change that, but that should be fine.
No.
Running out of patience. Well, I mean, the landing location is not that remarkable. I mean, it's whether you want to stay for the audio
1.4 degrees
or when they do their return home burn. Otherwise, the place we're going to, Bhopal, is not going to have any special sights or anything.
Trunnion angle is there, delta V is there, angles is there. Probably over here for something, oh, I can't think of what, but there, and there, of course. There's 4 places. Okay, we're there, Neil, by the time you get down there and get your eyeball out the window. Hey, what's those numbers?
Well, you're the only one talking. That's
for
for sure. Possibly,
question the accuracy of the computer.
but if I look at it, it says that there are 6 concurrent viewers. So, mostly people don't always talk.
1519, CMC, I pick 0 off. We're 41, now 91. You mean after I went to all those work of cranking those numbers in, you're going to
Well,
back to 0?
I mean,
We got
these days it
program
seems
on
like people
operator.
believe anything, so I don't know.
Right. Give me the numbers.
There's 7 billion people in the world, so
That number.
there's somebody who believes practically anything,
257.
I guess.
Three 557 and 1511. It's supposed to be a star there. That's right. Put them in the right order. 151.1 stat. Yep. I got a star in the second. Good. Pass. Press on. Not sure it's Tina. Good. You know where you're going. It's, you got 16 minutes to take.
Well, I mean, we can be reasonably sure they didn't sit down and listen to all the tapes.
And, manual.
It's a lot harder to believe that Apollo is fake if you sit down and listen to them go on and on like this. Because nobody's got to make all of this up.
Okay. Mag mode 3 to rate 2. CMAG mode 3 to rate 2. That's called CMC Auto. CMC Auto.
Not for 7 missions, or if you count the ones that were prior to this too. There's a lot of other stuff. So.
So you like this? All right. Let's not proceed. All right. Line spacecraft roll. Right there. CDC alive. Okay, that's a good one. One standby one. I'll get that.
Yeah, well. You can't make people understand things. They have to want to understand things. Well, you said VPN was needed for YouTube, so...
Okay, GDC online. Circuit breaker, stabilization control, final action. Close.
At least for you, I mean.
Control circuit breakers are to close.
Oops.
Okay, SDS circuit breaker.
Well, we're within 100 nautical miles now, it looks like.
SPS. Solid and close. 2, 4,
So,
6, 8,
time for descent.
12 close.
Go ahead, fly. You got a PTC rest map handy? Roger, that's
Okay.
fine. Okay.
Well, I guess the net result is that
Say again?
you guys are giving the VPNs a whole lot of business.
That's band minimum. Rate low. Rate low.
Does the
Okay.
regime, like, get profits off of VPNs?
Manual attitude
I don't know.
3 to rate command. They are. BMAG mode 3 to rate 2. BMAG mode 3 to rate 2.
Yeah, well,
Rate control power direct 2 of them off. Okay, off.
Got it, Capcom Okata.
Rate command.
Go ahead.
Hey, well, at about 1:35, 35, I just noticed he got a verb.
it is a shame.
Did we want him to do that?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't
We
matter.
have
He just override
12
what we
minutes
had
to go.
in there? Is that okay?
I really would like to have seen them come around with the two vectors. Let's grab them and see how different they are.
Well, maybe they wouldn't want to have done that then.
But
Well, and of course, you had been in Hong Kong, that
Okay.
is slightly more beneficial than some other places.
How would he do that?
Can't imagine that all places have
Okay, yeah.
an equal sense of things. That is a lot of clouds. I'm worried that the conditions at the ground are not gonna be much better than at Mumbai. We'll see.
Got helium valves, auto, and barber pole. I'll get them. Wondering if they were on. Not question the checklist, but just out of curiosity.
Flight procedures. No problem. Left hand out.
Oh, well, I didn't quite get what you can't believe. Well, there is an empty patch there, so maybe it's not that bad. Well, I'm missing what's outrageous.
I'll pick that back to burn. Sounds like a good idea. Let's put the moon after the burn. That a lot. Give us high gain. Good.
Capcom guy.
Yes, sir.
We talked about that thing. It's supposed to have been deleted out of flight plan. I told you.
Take 10 minutes to
I
pick.
deleted the one right after, we sent the load up.
Right.
But I'm not smart enough to read 2 pages ahead, and I didn't catch this one. I was wondering.
Well, I had marked it out of mine, but
Well, it's still in a flight copy because I sure didn't call it up. Maybe they won't do it though.
I don't think they will till they examine the two.
Okay.
If they're close agreement, he'll probably do it.
Do it all? No. The temperatures are deceptive. I don't know where they're measured, but the cold point is
Icing again.
sunrise. Now 10 minutes prior to shade, I should have the horizon in the 10-degree line.
Gotcha, FAO.
No, 2
Go
degrees.
ahead, Theo.
2 minutes.
Hey, what's your PTC resume ID?
LCV. 002, I think it is.
You pretty sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Big rod off of this coax, sort of steering it.
Okay. Well, good copy there.
I'm graphically reminded of it at this moment. I see a horizon. It looks like we are going forward. Gauge of Gemini. It is most important that we be going forward. There's only one really bad mistake you can make there.
Make sure that the exhaust points the right way is what they're saying.
This way, and the captain is straight that way, therefore I'm pointing the shot that way. Yeah, horizon looks good. Okay, we got 8.5 to shake.
That was. So that like we will recycle right now. Okay?
Somewhere along the line, I think I'll trim this maneuver just for the hell of it. Would this be a good time to do it, Buzz, at 8 minutes prior? You don't care when I do it, do you?
No, I probably would be after we run the gimbal direction.
Oh, yeah. All right. You're right. Okay. Beautiful looking horizon. It's hard to describe. Worth seeing.
Maybe not too bad under there.
It's not a horizon.
We're still more than 50 nautical miles away.
You won't be able to see it mostly. Which way? This way. Fuck that. It was really eerie when it first came.
You gotta look through the part of the window that isn't
Yeah. See, the way the Terminator is, you don't see a whole moon at all. You just see a
I was
tail.
looking at it upside down for a while.
Yeah, and then that scares you, because that says you're going retrograde, right? Well, see, if it's upside down, you're going backwards. It wouldn't... Oh, dear.
Go. Let's take a look at channel 24.
All right, we're coming up on bus tide time. We got Willow 650 little stick.
Only a flight 6. Hey, that is very good. Oh, buddy.
Now
Now, if we just trim it, it'll be like a bandito. How much time we got? You got it froze?
Ready for the bus stop?
You got it?
Yes, sir? Whenever you are, it's about 6 minutes.
Verified.
Okay, now they're really going through the prep for the burn.
All right.
Okay. CDC server power 1, AC1.
1 to AC1.
2 to AC2.
2 to AC2.
Control power on.
On.
Rotation control power normal. Number 2, AC.
AC.
Arm rotation controller number 2.
Armed.
So far so good.
Okay, when do you want the gimbal motors on?
Oh, about 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's right now.
Right now?
Yes, sir. Comes pitch 1, right?
No, wait a minute.
Okay.
Go. Pitch what?
Pitch 1, mark it.
Got it?
Yaw 1,
Guidance procedures.
mark it.
Got it?
Go ahead, procedure. Yeah, you aware of how we configure
clockwise?
this TEI dump data?
Clockwise.
Verified no MTC.
Okay, you'll have your events driven by real-time data at AOS.
Verified.
As soon as the dump starts, they'll be driven by playback data from the TEI burn.
Roger.
Pitch 2, mark it.
Got it?
Yaw 2, mark it.
Got it?
Okay?
Set CPI trip.
All right, well,
Go ahead.
see.
Go
Plus,
down at 657.
minus on pitch, minus 0.6. Okay, minus 0.6. Very good. Plus 6.6. And plus 6.6. Okay, Neil, those look good to you? They look good to me. Plus 6 and plus 0.6. Okay,
Hey,
GPI set.
let's run that flight path angle, see what you get, James. Run straight gauges.
Verify MTC.
Okay. MTVC verified. I'm going to trim now. Proceed to trim.
You like blood pressure? One on the right line. I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're coming up on the
Look at your right. Okay.
Okay. Verify MTVC. Verified.
Translation controller neutral.
Neutral.
CPI return 00.
It does.
Rod control power normal number 2 to ACDC.
ACDC.
Spacecraft control CFC.
CMC.
Tram.
We did.
Okay. Mag mode speed at 1 rate 2.
That one right too.
Enter.
Enter.
Plan.
Verify CFC.
CMC verified. Auto verified.
Proceed.
Okay, for the gimbal drive. Up. Down. 0. Up. Down. 0. Okay, standing by for packed off and echo.
Plans, guys.
Mark it. Good trim. Rotation control power direct to main ending. SDF helium barrel, 2 up, verified auto. Coming cycle off. Okay, one cycle off. SDAI scale 50-50, 50-15.
FAO, make gas on my guy.
2 minutes for Delta V Starship.
Go, guys.
2 minutes to get our horizon check at 10 degrees. Yep, and sneaking up on there. Let's see how we go. So we're darn near there. 5 seconds. Just about midnight. Houston down. Yep. Okay, coming up on 2 minutes, and this damn horizon check is going to be, would you believe, perfect. Fantastic. First time I've ever gotten a perfect horizon check. Spent too many hours in the simulator looking for unreal horizon. Alright, horizon check passes. Beautiful. 2 minutes to go. A to normal. Elevation controller arm. Okay, Delta V thrust A normal. Stand by for a malfunction. It's not there. Ready to go.
Probably get the sun in your window on this one.
Yeah, I'm ready. That's sunny.
Controller number 2, arm.
Rotational hand controller number 2 is armed. Knowledge is going to be 16 seconds to CJ.
Tape recorder is going to command reset. On the high bit rate.
They just switched the tape recorder to the high bit rate, so we got a different kind of tape.
Stand by to normal. I'll do that in 35 seconds. 16 seconds, 2 jets. 16 seconds, 2 jets. 1 minute. Market. Coming up on 1 minute. Market.
Lots of clouds.
Okay, stand by for 35 seconds. Mark it, just keep flying. EMF to normal. Back.
This is Apollo Control. We're now less than 30 seconds.
Okay, and I'll get to
from the
99
time which
now.
Trans-Earth injection is scheduled. Burn to start Apollo 11.
Okay, stand by, Val. Stand by for Ullage. Ullage?
We're now 15 seconds from the scheduled ignition time. That burn will last about 2 minutes 28 seconds to consume 10,000 pounds of propellant. 5. Okay, on the right controllers, we should be
Nice. 2 balls. Okay, here come the other. Barbara or Gray. The other 2 are on go.
First that maneuver is performed on the
Man, that
backside.
feels like
We
G,
have,
doesn't it?
no data from the space.
Uh-oh. No, the game crashed. Well, see you later too. Ah, right. That's the second time that right when I communicate with ATC, the game crashed. So there's something up with ATC. Well, I think I'll just redo that one. Anyway, they're on their way to a home from the moon. They've lit the engine. They're going back to Earth. And yeah, well, that's a bummer, but my only viewer who is actually communicating has departed, so I'll just wrap it up. Gosh darn it, game. I'll pick it up again from Mumbai, so I'll redo that flight. That's fine.
Time looks good. Gimbals look good.
Flight Sim 2024, I swear.
Brakes are damped out.
I'll just not use the stock ATC, let's say
Still a
that.
little busy. Light vehicle.
Anyway, they sound like they're doing fine. I'll pause them. So sorry about that, but thanks for watching. I'll redo this one, and I'll see you folks next time.